Hey, I'm Michael Williams, your island chef. Welcome to my kitchen. Today we're talking about marinades for fresh fish. It's fresh fish season, so let's, do something simple to really enhance the flavors. We're gonna be making a maple chili lime marinade today. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna start with some maple syrup. Okay, I've got about a quarter cup here. And really this recipe is about vinegar and sugar. So lime juice and then the maple syrup and then a little bit of heat with some red pepper flakes or chili flakes, whatever you want to call them. So let's go to our lime. Now, this is the organic variety, and you only do this for the organic variety, for me anyways. So I've got my fine zester here, also known as the microplane. Does a really good job of just putting a really fine grated zest or cheese or whatever it is that you are grating on it. And now the other key, which I'm sure you've heard before, is to make sure you only get the green stuff. Don't go so far down that the white starts getting exposed, because that white part's quite bitter. All right, we're looking good there. Now, the other part of the lime that I want is the juice. So I'm just going to squeeze that. Looking good. All right, now we're ready to put our zest in. Okay, that just easily scoops into there. Okay, so what's next? Let's add some spice. Like I was talking about, the chili flakes, red pepper flakes. You'll see them labeled both ways. Pretty liberal portion there. A little touch of pepper and a touch of salt. Okay, so we got some spice, got a little bit of flavor going on. Let's take the flavor a step further with some coriander seeds. I've got some whole coriander seeds here. And what I did to these is toasted them in a dry pan. Okay, so just a dry pan, no oil, preheated on medium-high heat. Add the seeds in and toast them for about 4 or 5 minutes and make sure you stir them regularly. So I'm just gonna pop these in the grinder and just break them up a little bit basically. I want them to still be, not totally ground, kind of just cracked in half or quarter or whatever you want to call it, but not finely ground. Okay, looking good. So let's add a little bit of that into our marinade. Now we need some oil when we're cooking, so let's add it into the marinade. And we've got some sesame oil here. This is the toasted sesame oil, which it's not as good for you, but once in a while, it's a compromise, We go with the good oils most of the time. Once in a while, we can sneak some of the bad ones in. All right, so our marinade's looking really good. The only other thing I'm gonna add in, which is an optional, is some chopped cilantro. And I'm not gonna be too picky about chopping this. I'm just gonna roughly chop it, okay? And it's still gonna be pretty chunky, which is fine. That's looking good. Into our marinade that can go. And we are ready for our fish. This is gonna turn halibut into halibut, okay? Halibut. So, we've got our halibut here, and it's still got the skin on. And I'm just gonna start at 1/4 and find that skin. Okay, check to make sure we've got it. Missed a little bit there, so we'll work that in, okay? And then we're just gonna slide it through. Okay, perfect. So since we're marinating this, I wanna give it a little bit of extra surface area. So I'm gonna cut it in half. All right, so let's get our halibut into a storage container. Let's douse it with some of our marinade. Oh yeah, check that out. Doesn't that look great? And so that's gonna go into the fridge. We're gonna marinate it for about an hour or so. After half an hour of that hour, we're gonna pop in, give it a flip, give it a shake, and finish off the last half an hour, okay? So now it's marinated. Don't let it go any longer than that. Pull it out, and we're gonna cook it in the pan. We're gonna cook it on the barbecue. We're gonna cook it in the oven, however you want. Pan is probably best. Okay, saute till it's cooked how you like it. And if you want to use it for halibut, salmon, shrimp, scallops, choice is yours. Countrygrocer.com, maple chili lime marinade. Check it out along with hundreds of others for you. Thanks for being with us.